So, in the story of Beauty and the Beast, there was one part that obviously indicates Gaston seeking Belle, wanting to ask if she wanted to discuss her dreams. And obviously this is intriguing to me as to I do not see in my sleep. And so happens the person that I met in 2005 that did come up to me and ask for my number at, strangely, a location called Target. Was it really my target to discover perhaps the person, with or without knowing, the killer of my sleep? Strangely, sleep is usually seen with the letter Z, an act which is usually, in dog terms, if I want to say it, since I do have a son that is a dog, is a sleep act that kills, is play dead, as you usually hear that in these supposed raising dog terms. And strangely, this person happened to be named Zack. As to stores around, such as UBreakIFix, things like that all around, obviously the only person that could possibly save me and rescue me in my sleep and dreams are possibly, and is possibly, the person that knew how to kill it. Since you know how to break things, you must obviously know how to fix things, especially if you're as old as time. And who is as old as time if it's not these supposed elements that is the supposed obvious as killing, as eating, as dead? As I do not know who Gaston is, but it does similarly seem and relate and correlate to my life as my story in high school of Zack coming to ask for my number. And he is hair color almost black and like a really dark, super dark brown, which is black pretty much. And the way he approached me to ask for my number at Target did look like Gaston in the movie asking Belle if she wanted to fix her dreams. He did spend the night at my home, and the incident was very strange too, as he did seem as my knob, as in terms of he was a key to my home, as in my brain, my temple, myself. And it did seem like my aunt and uncle were going to be in another world and or dimension. And the strange part of this was my father popped up in my head and in the air as some sort of blonde guy, lighter hint of brown, which is almost blonde, and he wanted to know where my aunt and uncle were going to be. As the stories, why it correlates to Mythzazar and all these other stories are obviously that if it's the improper knob and the improper key, it's not going to mesh, it's not going to match, and it's not going to be safe. But in this terms of when he spent the night, it indicated that that home and property was going to be ours for free and forever. And the way he asked wasn't snaky, but it was obviously like Mythosaur smoke all over the place, dark side all over the place, and it was like air and everything else that was around that was slightly scary for a 16-year-old to be 16, 17. I was actually 17 to be alone out of nowhere, and the father happened to be symbolically asking where I was gonna be. And was this because he was element dead and they never thought that was okay, did they? And for him to be kind of like Gaston, like as in terms of you want to live with me, and that is pretty much sounding as like, do you want to go die with me? So when a person asks someone, do you want to go die with me? It's obviously like, hey, I need to back off or I need to stay away. So for the judges of my life, obviously that situation was not going to happen. But was it the proper knob? It did obviously seem like it, because everything was going to be shut, sealed, and okay, and next life. But to the supposed father that supposedly has some sort of need love for trust and give and everything else, was the supposed guy that wasn't ready to let me go. So in these type of circumstances, it obviously shows that trust element seems to be fine with Ava, as in trust for Ava, and that obviously seems like it is going to come to a point where some things and decisions must be made in these terms of something's supposed to happen, and I don't know when, but obviously it has been feeling like imprisonment, as in the rose is captured in the glass jar. So obviously it has to come out some way or somehow.